2 a.m., my wife just walked through the door. And right then, I get a text from an unknown number. The photos in that text? Her holding a bottle, shaking her hips, looking like one of those bar girls, with some guy pressed right up against her. I just sat there, legs crossed, cool as ever, and spoke up. Just got a text. Got photos of you at a bar. You want to explain that? I don't know what text you're talking about. Probably just a coworker messing around. I don't owe you an explanation. I went to a bar with coworkers, that's it. Not even a hint of guilt. If anything, she acted like she was in the right. You've got time for bars, but not to take Changqian to the park? Not to show up to her preschool meetings? Do you have any idea how disappointed she is? What kind of mother are you? Gao Wangqing's face dropped. She started apologizing right away. I'm sorry, babe, I forgot. She had this sad puppy look, hunching over, trying to butter me up like a little kitten. Her dress was soaked from the rain. She'd been hiding it with her purse when she came in. Now there was nothing left to hide. Even if she was my wife, I couldn't help thinking it. Damn, what a temptress. She sounded sincere. But I wasn't the same Yang Zheng anymore. Then she switched to that soft, sweet tone she hadn't used in a long time. Babe, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. You know me, I don't even like bars. I kept my voice cold, like I was talking about a total stranger. What exactly is going on between you and Lu Chengyu? Lu Chengyu was a name Gao Wangqing brought up all the time, a Royal College of Art grad, her brand new direct supervisor. Before I crossed over into this body, I was a professional fixer. I'd already dug up everything there was to know. She'd never seen me act like this. You could see her getting flustered, trying to figure out what to say. Okay, yeah, I went with Manager Louis, but it was a team outing. Nothing happened between us, I swear. I stared right at her face and read her micro-expressions. She was hiding something. You know I can't stand him. And you never go to bars. The old department head invited you how many times? You always said no. Did something actually happen between you two? I pressed her again. Gao Wangqing's face turned beet red. You think I cheated? I'm telling you, I didn't. She was loud, sounded confident, but her micro-expressions actually told me she was telling the truth. I frowned slightly. All right, I believe you. I made you some milk and bread, eat up and get some sleep. She was stunned. Didn't expect it to be that easy. She just kind of drifted toward the kitchen in a daze. I'd already slipped the right amount of sleeping pills into the milk, enough to knock her out for a full day. I needed that full day to get things done. She came out holding the milk, looked like she wanted to say something, then glanced at her phone and swallowed it back down. 30 minutes later, I walked into the bedroom. The pills had kicked in. She was out cold. I shook her a few times. Nothing. Then I used her fingerprint to unlock her phone. Her lock screen was a photo of her and Lu Chengyu. She was smiling so softly, a look I hadn't seen in years. It was obvious. These two had gone way past just being co-workers. I opened her gallery. Nothing but design files. Every single photo of me and our daughter had been deleted. Then I opened her messages. An account called Art Soul was pinned at the top. Gao Wangqing, and you had the nerve to say you didn't cheat. Gao Wangqing came from old money. The Gao family was a big name in Jiangnan. Traditional, strict values. A woman from a family like that doesn't cheat for money. It had to be for what she called love. I felt more and more sorry for the original Yang Zheng. Dude didn't deserve this. Gao Wangqing had added Lu Chengyu herself, started out asking about art, then slowly slid into shared interests and eventually personal, emotional stuff. She vented to him about how boring her life was, how useless her husband was. Every message dripping with resentment, even toward her own daughter. And Lu Chengyu's perfectly timed attention became her emotional escape. Most of the chat history was still there. Only the important parts had been wiped. I backed everything up to my laptop, cranked the AC down to 18 degrees C, shot a cold glance at her on the bed, and walked out. 7 a.m. My daughter Yang Shuqian was up right on time. I went through the morning routine from memory, helped her wash up, made breakfast. Then I casually brought something up. Hey, when mommy's home, does some uncle ever come over to hang out? The reason I suspected something was a memory. The daughter had mentioned to Yang Zheng that some uncle kept buying her candy. Too bad Yang Zheng was too clueless to think anything of it. She put down her toothbrush and looked up. Yeah, there is an uncle who comes over. I held up a photo of Lu Chengyu. Is this him? Yep, that's him. He gave mommy a pretty dress too. I smirked to myself. Yang Zheng, I'll settle this for you. I recorded every word of it, saved it on both my phone and laptop, and had someone dig into Gao Wangqing's recent hotel check-ins. Security footage would be even better. After dropping my daughter at school, I headed straight to the pharmacy and mixed up a custom powder from the simplest ingredients. I'm a fixer. Working with poisons is my specialty. Then I headed to his office. Walked up to this decent-looking guy in his early 20s, smiling. Hey, Manager Lu, just stopping by to call in sick for my wife. This was Lu Chengyu. He clearly wasn't expecting me. He knew who I was. I caught a flash of panic in his eyes. Of course, no problem. Appreciate it. Don't mention it, pleasure doing business. I gave him a firm pat on the back, looked friendly, but between my fingers a needle was already piercing his skin. That needle was coated in my special formula. Not lethal, but it would make him feel absolutely miserable. They say breaking someone's spirit hurts more than killing them. I wanted these two to suffer something worse than death, slowly, to settle what they owed the original host. I took 3 days off, using Gao Wangqing's illness as the excuse. When I got back at noon, she still hadn't woken up. The AC had the room feeling like a freezer, and the sleeping pills were still going strong. I turned off the AC and got the herbal medicine into her. The herbs would mimic a bad cold and numb her nervous system. With the cold room on top of that, I was confident she'd be bedridden for a week. I needed time to build a solid divorce case. In Yang Zheng's parents' eyes, Gao Wangqing was the perfect daughter-in-law. Educated, beautiful, basically royalty marrying down. She'd put in the work for the family, no question. Art school background, none of the bad habits. Simple wardrobe, light makeup, the model wife. Too bad a woman who cheats changes fast. Love really does make people stupid. Time ticked by. I sat in the study organizing everything, uploading photos and videos to the cloud. Cough, cough! A round of heavy coughing came from the bedroom. 6:30 p.m., Gao Wanking was awake. I flipped the switch instantly, channeled Yang Zheng's memory, and rushed into the bedroom looking all panicked. Babe, what's wrong? Are you sick? I'll grab you some meds, just rest. I turned to get the medicine. The second I stepped out, the panic dropped right off my face. I'd already picked up surveillance equipment at the electronics market and paid someone to plant a virus on Gao Wanking's phone. Every move she made was right in front of me. The very first thing my wife did when she woke up, texted Lu Chengyu. Exactly what I expected. Chengyu, I'm sick, might need to take a day off. Can you handle tomorrow's report for me? Hey babe, I'm here, how are you feeling? Your husband already called it in for you. Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. I love you. Stop it, don't say stuff like that, delete this. Every WeChat message synced to my phone in real time, auto-saved, and on her end the notifications were already gone. The messages were crystal clear. More than enough to prove what was going on between them. Sure, she told him to stop with the pet names, but anyone could see she didn't mind at all. She loved it. I walked back in with the cold meds and a glass of hot water. She heard my footsteps and instinctively shoved her phone under the pillow. Classic guilt. Over the past 4 months, this had happened countless times, and the clueless original host never caught on once. Thank you, babe. I almost reached out to hold her and help her drink, stopped myself right away. The body's instincts don't lie. Never trust a woman who cheats. For the sake of love, they'll walk away from everything. Even their own kids become just an obstacle. After taking the medicine, Gao Wanking drifted back to sleep. With the herbs I'd added, she just looked like she had a bad cold, out for most of the day. I'd thought about asking her older sister Gao Jingshu to help. No kids, husband Chen Haoyu runs an insurance company, comfortable life, stay-at-home wife, plenty of free time. Gao Wanking was going to be down for at least a week. I couldn't babysit her the whole time. I'd barely pulled out my phone when it rang. My mother-in-law, Song Minglin. I composed myself and picked up. Hey mom, what's up? Yang Zheng, I'm at your place. Wanking's sick, right? I'll take care of her today, go on to work. An idea hit me. Mom, my phone got water in it yesterday. We had to reset the whole thing. The preschool teacher just told me Qianqian's almost done with the year. They're putting together a class family photo album. Could you remind Wanking to send me a family photo? I already knew. There wasn't a single family photo on her phone. Not one picture of me or our daughter. I had 2 reasons for this. 1, to feel out how my mother-in-law would react if she found out her daughter was cheating. 2, to see if my wife had even a shred of guilt left about her family and her kid. On the other end, Song Minglin said, "Can't you two just call each other directly? Are you guys fighting? Whatever's going on, tell me, I'll sort it out." I let out a heavy sigh like I was hurting and said quietly, "She's probably just too busy. Qian wanted to go to the park the other day. She just never had time. I just focus on keeping the house together. Not gonna lie, Mom, we haven't been close in over 3 months. At this rate, it's gonna hurt the marriage." Song Minglin was extremely